Hello students, welcome back in another session of 12 Computer Science paper 2. So let us proceed chapter 2, Instruction Set and Programming of 8085 Microprocessor, session 19. Student, in this video I am explaining call and return instruction of 8085 microprocessor, which are a group of branch instruction. In previous video we have seen conditional and unconditional jump instruction. So before going to start call and return instruction, we will see what you mean by subroutine, because these two instructions, call and return instructions, are used only for subroutine. So before that we will see what you mean by subroutine, what is the function of subroutine, and where it is used, why it is used. Okay student, now see subroutine. Subroutine means is a group of instruction. Student, already in last year we have studied function in C++. What is function? Function is a group of instruction. It is a small program, means main program divided into sub programs, and that function is written separately, and that function call in main program wherever necessary. Okay, so students, same here, instead of function, here same logic in this 8085 microprocessor, instead of function here subroutine word is used. So let us see what do you mean by subroutine. Subroutine is a group of instructions stored as a separate program in the memory, and it is called from the main program whenever required. Means same subroutine is a separate program, write it separately, or stored in also in separate memory, and in main program whenever required. The 8085 microprocessor has two instructions to implement subroutines, call and return. RET, return short form is RET. Okay, write only call and RET instruction. These two instruction is used for only subroutines. Call instructions is used to call subroutine in the main program, and RET instruction is the last instruction in the subroutine to return it back to the main program. Means in main program when call word is occur, it indicates subroutine is there, and RET means it indicates end of subroutine and it back to the main program. The call instruction saves the address of the instruction following it, and then transfer the program control to the first instruction in the subroutine. When subroutine execution is completed, the return instruction reads the return address from the stack and transfer control back to the instruction following the call instruction. Student, this part we will see in detail in next slide. Okay, so understood what you mean by subroutine? Subroutine is a group of instructions stored as a separate program in the memory, and it is in subroutine call and return instructions are used. Call means call subroutine in main program. RET indicates it is the last, it is the end of subroutine, and also it back to the main program. Understood student? What do you mean by subroutine? Now see call instructions. Call instructions are two types: call unconditional call instruction and conditional call instruction. Same like a jump instruction, unconditional jump instruction and conditional jump instruction. For call instruction, same as return instruction, also two types: return unconditional return instruction and unconditional return instruction. So first see call address. This is unconditional call instruction. Call unconditionally a subroutine whose starting address is given within the instruction. means whatever address given in this instruction, that jumping to that address immediately. Okay, now see the format: sp minus 1, sp minus 2. Means what is PC? PC means program counter. High H means higher, PCL means program counter lower. Okay, means whatever data stored or whatever address stored in this PCH or PCL directly stored in SP means stack pointer. Means SP minus higher and lower, two memory are required for to store the PCH and PCL. So totally stack pointer is decremented by 2, and also which address stored in the stack pointer after complete the subroutine, that address again stored in program counter. Byte is 3 byte. Why 3 byte? Because here address is used, so 3 byte. Student, how to this stack pointer is decremented by 2, and the which address is stored in stack pointer, that address stored in program counter, how it is possible or how it work? This is see in diagrammatically. Addressing is immediate and flag no. Now see how to decrement stack pointer by 2 and also that address stored in program counter. I think you know what is program counter. Program counter means it execute next instruction in main program sequentially. Okay, now see example. This is a main program. In main program, some instructions right here. See, this main program stored at 6000 H memory location. First instruction stored at 6000 memory location. Second instruction stored 6003. See, after 6000 directly here 6003. Why? Because LXI SP 3000. 3000 it is the address. That address also stored in next memory location, means 6001 and 6002. So directly here write 6003 memory address. Now next 6004. Like this, at 6010 H memory location, see here which instruction? Call delay. Now what is call? Call means this call instruction is used for subroutine. Okay, and now this subroutine in which location is stored? 7000. And after that 6013. Student, just how to decrement stack pointer by 2. Okay, for that purpose, this example we will see the in detail. Now see, this is a stack. You know what do you mean by stack? Stack is a only one end and one end opening and closing. One end is closed and other end is opening. Okay, now this stack pointer where at 2003 memory location. Okay, this is the starting position of stack pointer. Let us, this is the stack pointer at 2003 memory location. Now in this position program counter. Now see, if program counter execute first instruction 6000, then 6003, then 6004, like this, come out at 6010. When program counter come at this position or at this address 6010, see here in PC means program counter. Okay, PC means program counter. See here, this program counter store 6010 before execution of call instruction. Before execution of call instruction, at that point program counter jump directly to the 7000 memory location. Why 7000 memory location? Because subroutine stored at 7000 H memory location. So after jumping this program counter at 7000 H memory location, at that situation stack pointer stored this next address after call instruction, means 6013. Okay, See here 6010 directly here 6013. Why here 6013? Because also 7000 stored in next two memory locations. So here write directly 6013. Okay. Don't think about which instruction here. Just see how to decrement the stack pointer or how to store the memory address in stack. Okay. Now after that this memory address stored in this stack. See 60 for 2002 location. In starting location of stack pointer here, see in first diagram 2003 memory location. After jumping call instruction or after jumping program counter at 7000 H memory location, at this point program counter becomes 7000 H. Starting program counter store 6010. Okay, and after jumping program counter store 7000 H memory location. Now see this 6013 means after 6010 next memory location always stored in 6013 in stack memory, because after completion this subroutine again back to in main program. So somewhere this 6013 is stored in memory. So this 6013 memory stored in stack. So it will be not lost, this memory location. Okay. Now in this step program counter becomes 7000. Okay. Program counter becomes 7000. Now after execution 7000, then 7002, then 7003, then 7006. Okay, means RET means end of subroutine. After complete this subroutine, it back again this position, again back to main program. Now after complete the subroutine, now stack pointer, see here. First, in first diagram stack pointer where 2003. In second diagram stack pointer where 2001. Why? See 2003 minus 2001 becomes 2, means stack pointer is decremented by 2 this memory stored in this stack pointer. So stack pointer is decremented by 2. Understood how to stack pointer decremented by 2? Okay. Now after completion this subroutine, again program counter come back to the main program. So again in program counter stored which address? Now 6013 address. Now again program counter is 2001, then 2002 and then 2003, because now 26013 stored in the program counter. So stack pointer again incremented by 2. Whatever data stored in stack at that time stack pointer is decremented by 2, and whatever data pop up the stack at that time stack pointer is incremented by 2. So student understood how to decrement stack pointer is by 2. Now program counter store stack pointer address. See this address. Understood? Now see in detail one by one how to execute call unconditional and conditional instruction. So first see, let us see call address. This is an unconditionally call instruction. It transfer the program sequence to the memory address given in the operand. Operand means, see example, suppose call 6020, address call is a opcode, 6020 is a address, and this address is called as operand. Now see, this is a program. Okay, this is a sample program how to execute call address or how to write subroutine and why subroutine is right. See, and this program stored in this memory location. Starting memory location is 6000 and end is 6000 D. Now see in this program student See this highlighted portion. INXH add M DAA. Now next INXH add M DAA. Again same instruction, repeat INXH add M DAA. Okay. Now this is a simple program. Now see, observe this program. These three instructions repeats again and again in main program. So if same instructions occurs again and again, then what will happen? Extra space are consumed in memory. Means see, for these three instructions, 3 memory space is required. Same 3 instructions, again 3 memory space are consumed. Okay. So extra space are consumed in memory. Nowadays in electronics, user wants very less space is required, as well as small instruments, compact instruments. So also memory space is required less. That should be objective of any designer. It requires small space. So what we will do, if many times same instructions occur in main program, many times same instructions occur in main program, then write that instruction separately in memory called as subroutine. Okay. See same instruction, write separately. See same INXH add M DA, and RET means end of subroutine, and this is called, this subroutine stored in this memory location 7020, 7021, 7022 and 7023, and this is called as subroutine. This is called as subroutine. Okay. Now this same program how to store in same memory location after writing this subroutine. See, first instruction as it is move AD. See here, this first instruction move AD, as it is right here move AD. This stored same memory location 6000, starting location is 6000H. Next instruction is move AM. Next instruction is call 7020. Now see, in this program next instruction is INXH add M and DA. Instead of these 3 instructions, write here call 7020. Why? Because these 3 instructions write separately. It is called as subroutine, and that subroutine address, starting address is 7020. So student, instead of these 3 instructions, write here call 7020. Call means call the subroutine. Okay. Now see, after that 7020 is address. Call is, for call 1 memory is required for call. Now 2 memory location is required for 7020. See here, after 6002 write here directly 6005. How it is? See, for call instructions store, call instructions opcode store at 6002 memory location. Now next, at 6003 memory location store 20, and 6004 memory location store 70. First store lower then higher, means 7020, this address will be stored at next 2 memory location 6003 and 6004 memory location. So student, directly here write 6005 memory location. Okay. Now at 6005 location, after that ORA as it is. 6006 location sub M. Now again here same instruction is repeated. So instead of this instruction, write here again call 7020. Same like here previous. Okay. Now after this CMA as it is. See, in this here CMA, so here as it is, next memory location CMA. See here 600A. Why here 600A after 6007? Because at next to memory location store 7020. So directly here 6000A. Student, each instruction write here. Every instruction impossible to write here. So I will explain this one how to directly here 6005 same as here 6000A. Now again here call instruction. Again here see here this 3 instruction again repeated. So here instead of this 3 instruction again call subroutine. Same call 7020. Now at 6000 B location and directly at 6000 jump. Next memory location is 6000 E because next to memory location means 6000 C and 6000 D store 7020 address. Now at 6000 E location STC instruction is stored. Understood how to store at memory location using subroutine. Okay. Sorry. Now student, how to work this whole system, how to execute this program. Now student, this is a program counter. I think you know very well what is the function of program counter. Program counter, and it stores 6000 memory location because starting address is 6000. So also in program counter store 6000 memory address. What is the function of program counter? It is a 16-bit register that holds the address of next instruction to be fetched from memory. In arithmetic, assembly language program or in machine language program stored in anywhere in memory, that address should be stored in program counter. When microprocessor executes one by one instructions, automatically program counter contains increment by 1 and that will start indicating next instruction. Understood what is the function of program counter? Now see how to work this whole system. This is a program and this is a program and this is a memory location. In these instructions are repeated. Okay. Now this instruction write in separated in means this repeat instruction write in separately in another memory location. Now how to write this program in same location? Just now see this. Okay. Now first instruction, second instruction, then call instruction. So see, first how to execute. Program counter goes to first instruction, that is move AD. This move AD, where it is stored? At 6000 memory location. Okay. So program counter store 6000 memory location, execute first instruction. Then program counter goes to next memory location, means 6001 memory location. See student, see here, every time program counter may be changed. Okay. If one by one instruction is executed, at simultaneously program counter is changed. Okay. So look it here also. See, now 6000 program counter goes to next memory location, means 6001 location. So execute this move AM instruction. Now program counter goes to next location, means 6002 memory location. See here, which call 7020. Call 7020. Now call means, call indicates subroutines. Okay. Call instructions, call means subroutine. So what is subroutine? It is a group of instruction that repeats itself again and again in the main program. So Hence, instead of writing group of instructions in the main program, we write it separately. Okay, we write it separately in different memory location, and as and when it is required, we simply use or write call instruction. Okay, now program counter come to at this location 6002. When program counter come at this location, program counter jump directly here 7020 memory location. Okay, now program counter store 6002. When program counter jumping this 7020 memory location, at that time program counter should be store 7020 memory location. Okay, means program counter change. Okay, address of program counter will be changed, because when call instruction is occur, at that time program counter directly jump to 7020. So program counter store 7020 memory location. Now see, first instruction 7020 store INX. Okay, now after that the 6005 memory location store in stack memory. Why this memory location is stored in stack? Because when complete subroutine is executed, means this return instruction will be executed, again program counter back to here this main program. So this 6005 stored in somewhere, so this 6005 stored in stack memory. Okay, now program counter store 6002. So first instruction execute INXH, then addm, then DAA, and then return. If program counter come at the RET instruction, then it becomes 7020. Now RET is unconditional return instruction. RET is unconditional return instruction. It indicates return in main program and also indicates end of subroutine. So program counter increment by 1 by 1. Now program counter store 7020. At 7020 memory location, which instruction is here? RET. RET means return. Now at that point program counter back to main program. See here, program counter back to main program means next memory location ORAR. This memory location where it is stored? At stack pointer. Now this memory location, if program counter back to main program, at that point this memory location stored in program counter. Now execute, see here 6005. Now execute ORA, then execute next means 6006 means sub M. Now again program counter goes to next location 6007 memory location. See here 6007. At 6007 memory location, again here call instruction means again program counter jump to 7020 memory location. At that time program counter store 7020 memory address, and the 6000A store where? At stack pointer. Okay, now see here, first instruction is executed in subroutine 7020, then 7021 means addm, then 7022, then 7023 means RET instruction is occur. When RET instruction means it indicates end of subroutine, means again back to main program means next memory location after call, that is 6000 A memory location. Now program counter store 6000 A memory location. Again program counter goes to next memory location means 6000 B. Now at 6000 B again here subroutine means call, again jump to the subroutine. So again in program counter store 7020 and this 6000 is stored at stack memory. Okay, now execute this subroutine one by one instruction means INX H, INX add M, then DAA and RET. When RET is occur, again program counter back to main memory, that is next memory location 6000 E. So in this situation program counter store 6000 E memory location. Understood student how to execute this call instruction or subroutine, why subroutine is written? Okay student, in this program only 3 instructions repeat again and again. Okay, but in many program it may be 50 instruction, it may be 80 instruction, it may be 1000 instruction. At that time it is impossible to write again and again these all instruction. So it is again and again, this suppose 80 instructions are required again and again, so it is impossible, it is a space consuming. So write separately and call wherever necessary. Means suppose in any program 10 instructions or 20 instructions, in main program 3 or 4 times are necessary, so that 20 instructions write in separately, it is called as subroutine. Okay, and call wherever it necessary, just call an address of that starting address of subroutine. Okay, understood student how to execute unconditionally call address. Now student, same the conditional call instruction and conditions are as listed below, like as jump instruction. Okay, like as jumping instruction, conditional call instruction C. First is CC. CC means call if carry, means carry flag is set. CNZ, call if no carry, that is carry flag is reset. Call if 0, then 0 flag is set. Call if not 0, then 0 flag is reset. Call if plus means sign flag is reset. Call if minus means sign flag is set. And call if odd parity, that is parity flag is reset. And last one is call if even parity means parity flag is set. This is these instructions, this is conditional call instruction. Okay, this is a conditional call instruction. Student, now let us see how to write conditional call instructions. See, CC, first instructions, conditionally call. Student, here write call conditionally. Instead of this unconditionally, write here conditionally. Okay, now CC means call if carry, means carry flag is set, at that time jump to the subroutine. Okay, now C, it transfer the program sequence to the address given in the operand. Operand means the 6020 is a operand and CC is a call if carry flag is set, means this is a conditionally call instruction. Now see example, this is a simple program same as unconditionally. Okay, instead of unconditionally call instruction, here only write conditionally call instruction. Now this program stored in 6000 memory location. Now these 3 instructions repeat 3 times in main program. This is a main program. Okay, this is a main program, and in main program these highlighted instructions are repeat and repeat again and again 3 times. So these 3 instruction separately write and it is called as subroutine. See, right here separately these 3 instruction and 7020 location. This subroutine, this is called as subroutine. Okay, understood? These three instruction write separately at 7020 memory location, and these separately instruction, it is called as subroutine. Now after writing subroutine, how to write, means this program in same program, this same program writing after writing subroutine in memory. See, first instruction as it is move AD. Okay, same location means 6000 memory location. Starting location is 6000, means program counter come to at 6000 memory location. Now next is move AM. Move AM store at 6001 location. Next is CC 7020. CC means call if carry flag is set. Okay, after that directly here 6005. Why 6005? Because this call instruction stored in this way at 6002 location, upcode of call instruction. Okay, means instead of here write, this is a conditionally, so here write instead of call write CC. Okay, this is wrong. Then next memory location store 20, next memory location store 70. Okay, so after 6004 directly here 6005. Now at 6005 location store ORA instruction. Next memory location store sub M. Now next memory, again here see in main program these instructions again repeat. So write here instead of this CC 7020. Okay, now next memory location, see here CMA. See here, right here directly 6000A, because again after 6007 location write next two memory location stores 20 and 70 address. So directly here write 6000A memory location store CMA instruction. Now next memory location again here CC 7020 means call carry, means again here 6000E directly. So this 7020 store at 6000C and 6000D. Now at 6000E memory location store last instruction means STC. Okay, understood student? How to write after writing subroutine separately, how to write program in memory location. Okay, now this is a program counter. Now starting address in program counter will be stored 6000. Why 6000 here store? Because starting address of this program is 6000. So program counter automatically fetch this address. Okay, so store program counter store 6000 memory. Now how to execute this program? Now see, first instruction at 6000 H memory location store move AD. So execute this move AD program counter at 6000 H memory location. So execute move AD. Now program counter goes to next memory location, that is 6001 memory location. So execute move AM instruction. Now program counter goes to next memory location 6002 memory location. Now in this memory location which instruction here call instruction is used? Conditionally call instruction. Okay, which conditionally call instruction means if this condition is true, then program counter directly jump to here subroutine. Okay, means if condition is true, then jump to in subroutine memory location. So if jumping program counter jump at subroutine memory location, so program counter store 7020 memory location. 7020 memory location is a subroutine memory location, because at this point if condition is true, then program counter jump to subroutine. So after jumping subroutine, the 6005 memory location store at stack memory. Okay, 6005 memory location store at stack, because after complete subroutine program counter back again in main program, so can't lose these 6000 next memory location, so store in somewhere, so store in stack memory. Now program counter execute this subroutine. First execute at 7020, then 7021, then 7022, and then 7023. If program counter come at the last memory location in subroutine, that is RET. RET indicates opcode. Okay, RET indicates end of subroutine. If end of subroutine, then here again back to main program, means here this next instruction means ORAA. Now if again back to program counter in main program, then program counter store 6005 memory location. Okay, then execute next instruction 6006 means sub m. After sub m, again program counter goes to next memory location 6007. Again here call conditionally, means again if this condition is true, again jump to subroutine. Again jumping to subroutine, then program counter store 7020 memory location, which is the subroutine memory location. Okay, and after this call conditionally, next memory location store in stack memory location. Okay, next memory location store in stack memory location. Now execute subroutine first, means at 7020 INX H, then 7021 add M, then 7022 DAA, and last is RET. After RET instruction is occur, at that time program counter again back to the main program, that is next memory location CMA. Okay, now in this point again program counter store 6000 A memory location. See here, because after complete subroutine program counter come back in main program in next memory location. Now next memory location is 6000 A. Now program counter store 6000 A. Execute this instruction. Now program counter goes to next location 6000 B. Again here CC instruction, means if call conditionally this instruction is true, again jumping to the subroutine. Now jumping to the subroutine, program counter store 7020 memory location, which is the subroutine memory location. And this 6000 E store where? At stack memory. Okay, at stack memory. Now first execute subroutine at 7020 INX H, then execute add M, then execute DA, and then RET. RET end of subroutine. If end of this subroutine, again back to the next memory location 6000 E. Okay, and execute this instruction, means here store 6000 E memory location. Okay, understood student? But student, if condition is true, then execute this subroutine, but condition may be false. Okay, I don't know condition is false or true. If condition is false, then go to next instruction. Okay, go to next instruction like this. If condition is false, then go to 6005, then 6006, then 6007. Here again condition false, again go to directly 6000 A. Here condition is true, then jumping to memory subroutine. After completion, again back to main program like this. Okay, understood how to execute conditionally call instructions? Understood student? Okay, subroutine means write separately in separate memory location. Okay. Now other conditional call instruction, same like as CC. See here, CZ. CZ is a call if zero flag is 1. Okay, means here zero flag is set. See how to write CZ. Here address is right, because CZ address, this is a format of instruction. Next is CNZ, call if zero flag is reset. See here, zero flag is reset, means how to write it, CNZ 2000. This is also memory location. Now next is call if parity flag is 1, means here parity flag is set. Okay, CPO means if parity flag is reset. Next CM means parity sign flag is set. Sign flag is set. Next is CP means sign flag is reset. Right? What is the format? CP 5002. You can use any memory address, but always remember how to format, how to write this instruction. CPO, this is a address. Address is a operand. CPO is a mnemonic, means one upcode is right for this instruction and address directly right stored at next to memory location. And last is CNC, means carry flag is reset. Okay, this is a conditional call instruction, same as jump conditional call instruction. Same as student conditional return instruction is also. Conditional return instruction, see here RC. Instead of write here C, write here R. RC. R means return. C means carry. Return from subroutine if carry flag is reset. Okay. Carry flag is reset. Sorry student, here set. Carry flag is set and here carry flag is reset. Okay. This is a carry flag is if return from subroutine if carry flag is set, not reset. So carry flag becomes 1. Next is RNC, means return from subroutine if carry flag is reset. Okay, reset means carry flag becomes 0. Next instruction RZ, return from subroutine if 0 flag is set, means Z becomes 1. Z indicates 0 flag. Next instruction RNZ, return from subroutine if 0 flag is reset, means 0 flag becomes 0. Next conditional instruction RP, return from subroutine if sign flag is not set, means it is a reset, means S equal to 0. RM means return from subroutine if sign flag is set. Here reset, here set, means sign flag store 1. 1 means set. Now next instruction is RPE, return from subroutine if parity flag is set. Means parity means even number of ones, then parity flag is set. So P is equal to 1. And last instruction is RPO, means return from subroutine if parity flag is reset, means P equal to 0. This is a conditional return instruction in branch group. Understood student? Now here see conditional jump instruction and unconditional jump instruction. How to remember these conditional, unconditional jump instruction, call instruction and return instruction? See, this is a trick. This is a flag register, flags in 8085 microprocessor. Okay. Now first draw this flag. In this flag, first cross this auxiliary carry flag, because conditional call instruction only related to this carry, parity, 0 and sign flag. Now see JC, JNC, jump on carry, jump on not carry. Instead of G, write here C, call on carry, call on not carry. Instead of See, right here R means written on carry, written on not carry. This is a very easy to remember this conditional and unconditional jump instruction. Conditional jump instruction, call instruction and return instruction, because remaining are same. Okay, only starting letter is difference. If jump instruction, then J is used. If call instruction, then C is used. If return instruction, then R is used. Okay, same for parity. JPO means jump on parity or jump on parity even. Call on parity or call on parity even. Return on parity or return on parity even. Okay, now same as zero flag. Jump on zero, jump on not zero. Call on zero, call on not zero. Return on zero, return on not zero. And same as sign flag, jump on positive, jump on minus, jump, call on positive, call on minus, and return on positive, return on minus. This is a conditional jump instruction, call instruction and return instruction. Understood, student? How to remember these all conditional jump, call and return instruction? Just remember this diagram, this flag diagram. Okay, and just instead of J write C, then R. See here, JCR, 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 and only for 4 flags: carry, parity, zero and sign. Okay, understood, student? Now this is the end of session 19. Thank you, student.